So I promised I would finish the last two examples from your notes so that you have a few more examples. This guy, a little bit of a typo, just change the x to a t because it's f of t. So the problem, first of all, you want to make sure you rewrite the function. So I'm going to write function f of t is equal to tangent of t to the 1/2 power. And so that'll help us figure out inside and outside. So my outside function is the 1/2 power. My inside function is tangent of t. And in purple, I'm going to write my f prime. That would be the derivative of the outside. And in orange, I'll do g prime, which is secant squared of t. Alright, so because I have all of that, I can now write my derivative. So f prime of t is equal to, so we're going to start here. Step 1 is in purple, derivative of the outside, that would be 1/2 times blank parentheses to the negative 1/2 power. My second step is in red. I'm going to place my tangent of t right back inside. And then my third step in orange will be multiplied by secant squared of t. And in terms of rewriting it, simplifying it, the only thing I would do is probably get rid of that negative 1/2 power. So secant squared of t stays in the numerator. The 2 is downstairs, and then I can rewrite this as tangent of t. And that's probably how I would leave it. The other notation, you would have y, and you would have u. Alright, so y is the parentheses 1/2, and the only difference is we put a u inside, and the u is the inside function, which in this case is tangent of t. And then what we're going to do is take y prime, which is 1/2 u to the negative 1/2 power. We're going to take u prime, which is secant squared of t. And what I said in class is if you set it up this way, this is literally your derivative. And what I'm going to show you is that y prime is the same as dy over du. U is the function name in respect to the t. And so if these cancel, it leaves us with that dy dt, which is what I'm actually looking for. And going back again, one more time, your derivatives, if you write it this way, you can physically just multiply them. So I'm actually going to write it underneath here. Dy dt, which is the same as y prime, is equal to 1/2 u to the negative 1/2 times secant squared of t. But since there's a u right here, we have to change that to t's. U is the same as tangent of t. So tangent of t would go here, negative 1/2 power, and then what do we end up with? The same exact thing that we had here, so we still have the exact same answer. The last one I want to do for you was letter D. So this one, remember that little 4, you have to remember to work on changing it to this. Alright, so I'm just going to end up using this whole space here. So, to start off, I'm going to do f is equal to the whole thing to the 4th power. Oopsie, let me give myself a little more space and make sure that that's clearly a 4. My g, let's do the setup both in red. So my g is equal to cotangent of 4x cubed. So, in purple, f prime would be 4 parentheses cubed. In blue, g prime would be equal to, and you'll notice we can't take this derivative, it's another chain rule. So, you can use f and g again. I said I would be picky, but I really probably won't be. I'm going to use new ones. I'm going to use u and v. U is my outside function. V is my inside function. u prime is equal to negative, because it's a cosecant squared v prime is equal to 12x squared. Therefore, g prime would be, and so I'm literally taking it from over here. So why am I doing this to the right? Because there's another inside function. So over here, I'm actually doing a second chain rule. And that second chain rule, all it does is it gets me g prime. So in order, step 1 in pink is u prime. So that's negative cosecant squared of, second step in purple is leaving the inside the same. And you can see it right here. I left it exactly the same. And then the third step in blue is multiplying by v prime, which is 12x squared. Now, what you have to be careful with is we're not done the problem yet. All we did was actually figure out the g prime there. So to find, what is that, f prime of t, now we use step 1 again, 4 cubed, then step 2, which is cotangent of 4x cubed, and then third step, multiplied by negative, and I'm just going to bring this 12x squared to the front, cosecant squared of 4x cubed, and then I'm going to try and do some simplifying here. So things I know I can do. Everything's being multiplied. This right here is multiplying by a negative, it's not subtracting. So I'm going to take all of these pieces right here, put that together, that'll give me negative 48x squared. And then I'm going to rewrite this in pink, cotangent cubed of 4x cubed. And then I'm going to rewrite this guy right here, cosecant squared of 4x cubed. And we actually can leave the answer that way. If it was multiple choice, you would have to look and see, are they doing anything else to simplify? And what do I mean by that? We potentially could simplify this to cosine cubed of 4x cubed on the top, sine cubed of 4x cubed in the denominator. And this would be 1 over sine squared of 4x cubed. So depending on a multiple choice question, that's how you would decide how far you were going with this. Most of my quizzes and tests, I actually say you can leave your answers in terms of the 6 trig functions, and as long as that's written, this right here would have been the answer. I'm showing you how to simplify more, also to be clear about what you can't simplify. So negative 48x squared multiplied by cosine cubed of 4x cubed all over sine to the 6th power now. So remember, this right here, the sine, is the same thing as sine of 4x cubed to the 6th power. Okay? So if it was multiple choice, maybe they would have this one down here, but I would accept this answer as long as I say leave it in terms of the 6 trig functions. Alright, so that is the video that I promised you. Hope you have a good weekend. I am also going to post a video finishing up some of those trig equations at some point. Your homework tonight should be number 15. If you didn't finish your homework from the other night, worksheet 3.6.0, please do so. And then you should have also corrected your quiz 3.4. Alright, bye.